This is the intro and verse chord progression for What Would You Say by Dave Matthews. It's right up to the bridge point. This whole thing basically is based on two chords, an A9 chord and an A over G chord. So, and then what we're going to do is pluck some notes individually from those chords and kind of slide back and forth using some open strings to create some interesting sounds. The first chord, the A9 chord, looks like this. And exactly what I'm doing here is I have my second finger on the 5th fret of the lowest string, the 6th string, my third finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, my pinky on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So these are all going to be on the same fret. And then our first finger is going to pop over here to the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And the 5th string here, this one is muted by the edge of our second finger. So what we have here is this. Our other chord, the A over G chord, is pretty easy. It's just an A chord with your first finger barring the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings all on the 2nd fret, and then your second finger coming over here to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And again, the 5th string is muted by the edge of the second finger, so what we have is this. Now the picking to this looks like this. We're going to slide into our A9 chord, and then we're going to pick the notes individually. 4th string, 3rd string, and we're not going to have our pinky on here. We're just going to strum the 4th fret, 3rd string note and the open 2nd string together. They're both B notes, so it's going to be kind of a unison. And from there we're going to slide down with our first finger to the A note, which is the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So it looks like this. And then we're going to put a little mute in there as we're switching the chords. And then our pinky is going to come over here to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to pluck that note along with the open 1st string and then slide it up to the 5th fret. So when we put it together, it's going to look like this. Which doesn't sound like much when it's played slowly. But when you speed it up a little bit, it sounds a little bit more like the song. Then we're going to refer back to our 9 chord here. We're going to pick just the 6th string, then the 4th and 3rd together, and then we're going to take them off to pluck just the open 4th and 3rd strings. So it looks like this. So what we have so far is this. Next we're going to move our second finger down here to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And then our first finger is going to come over here to the A chord shape that we learned earlier. And we're going to do a down strum and then an up strum there. And then a mute, so we have this. And then we're going to go first finger to the 2nd fret on the 2nd string, bend it up, bring it back down, pluck the open 2nd string, and then back into the A chord position, plucking 3rd string, then 4th string. So that little section looks like this. And then it all starts again. So there's our verse riff played really slowly note for note. All you have to do now is practice it until you can play it as quickly as the music and then play along with it for a little bit practice at full speed. Let's move along. Alright, the chorus riff is exactly the same as the intro and verse riff. I'll play it along with the music for you so you can see how it fits in. If you want to refer back to the verse and intro part of the lesson to know how to play it, go ahead and do that. But like I said, it's the same. Here we go. Okay, here's the bridge to What Would You Say. I'm going to play it along with it. Okay, so there it is. This is all bar chords, starting on the first fret, which is an F chord. Now here's how you're going to create this chord. What you want to do is strum all the strings with your right hand, and your first finger of your left hand is going to go right across the first fret, so that you can hit the first string, second string, and sixth string notes. The third string note is going to be hit by your second finger on the second fret, and then the third and pinky are going to hit the third fret of the fifth and fourth strings, just like this. And what you end up with is a chord that looks like this and sounds like this. And we're going to strum that 3 times. Then we're going to move it up to third fret, same thing, 3 times. Then we're going to move it to fifth and remove our second finger. This makes it a minor chord. Incidentally, this is an A minor up here on the fifth fret. And then back to the third for 3 strums. Then back to the first for 1. Then we're going to remove our first finger and just kind of slide these down. And then back to first, once, third, once, and then our intro riff to wrap it up. Again, it starts on first fret, 3 of those, followed by 3 on third, 3 on fifth, third, 1 open, 1, 3, riff. And that's the whole bridge. It's pretty straightforward. Just have to remember how to do these bar chords. And one final reminder, for the 5th fret chord, you remove your second finger. Otherwise it sounds kind of funny. So just remember to do that and you'll be okay. Let's move along to the solo to the song. Okay, this is the solo rhythm to What Would You Say? I'm going to play it along with the music. As you can see, it's pretty repetitive. It just kind of goes on and on there. And in the second half of the solo, the rhythm for that is the same as the verse that we saw, with a little bit of extra strumming and things like that in there, kind of like what I just did. But when we do the whole song play along, you'll see the whole solo in action. So you're going to be able to see the whole thing played from beginning to end in that part of the lesson. All right. The whole thing starts here with a minor 6 chord, E minor 6. And the way we approach this one is we're going to use our second finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. First finger stretches back here to 5th fret of 4th string. Third is going to flop down here, kind of tuck it in to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then pinky is going to stretch out here to the 8th fret on the 2nd string. And we're only going to strum those 4 strings. The next one is an A7 chord with the root thrown out. Notice the similarity to what would be an A7 chord here. And the way we get that one is we bring our second finger over here. Here's the move. You move second to here and then third to here, which is 6th fret, 3rd string for your second finger, and 7th fret, 5th string for your 3rd finger. The first finger and pinky stay in the same place. So the move looks like this. going to hit our A chord that we are already used to by now from the verse, and then a C7, which is made by pivoting our first finger here on the second fret of the fourth string, and then bringing our second and third to the third fret on the third string with your third finger, and third fret of the fifth string with your second finger. So it looks like this. And then here, which is an octave B note. To approach that one, we slide third finger up one fret so it's on fourth fret, and bring first finger over one string here to the second fret on the fifth string. So that whole move looks like this. And then we have this little. And what that is the open E string 3 times, then third fret with your second finger on the E string, and then pulled, and then picked once more. And then we're going to bring it up here to this octave, which is your first finger on the 7th fret 5th string, and third finger 9th fret 3rd string. And you can see how I just kind of slid it right up like that. So when we put this whole thing together slowly, it's going to look like this. And then what you need to do is just get it up to speed, and it'll sound something like this. And there we have it, the rhythm underneath the solo. Like I said earlier, the rhythm for the second half of the solo is exactly as the same chords we saw in the intro verse and also the chorus. So put all that together and you've got the solo. Let's move along.